Hey, it's Aaron Darko here from Yo Spanish, and we're here with Mr. Abed Garbi from Abu Dhabi. And he's one of our students at Yo Spanish, and he owns a Bitcoin mining management company. So, Abed, what made you want to join Yo Spanish and get coaching from Jordan?
Um, so initially, I've been living in Spain for like the last 7 years. However, I struggled to find like someone who could teach me because like most of the teachers here in Spain are like Spanish, so I don't think they could relate with my struggles in terms of like English being my like first or second language and learning Spanish then afterwards. And
What were you struggling with before you joined, and what did you want to get out of this? What was the problem you were experiencing?
honestly, living here for 7 years and just like not learning the language fluently just like kind of ruined my confidence in terms of speaking the language and stuff. So I completely forgot like all the grammar. I never really applied it in the first place, but like my brain completely disregarded the grammar and vocab since I wasn't practicing. And honestly, in like a month's time, I felt super comfortable like in speaking, not straight away taking business meetings, however, like going outside and speaking and gaining my confidence back. And that was like essential because now we've been doing these classes for like 4 or 5 months, and now I sit and do all my like meetings with my Spanish companies in Spanish, which never ever happened. I never said a word in Spanish for 7 years, regardless of how much I knew. Like I didn't have the confidence to speak it. I felt like it was essential. It was about time. I've been 8 years not being fluent in Spanish or not even trying to like learn. And honestly, I felt I was a hopeless case, and your brother really made me feel like completely like I felt I was never gonna learn. I don't know if people like ever felt the way I felt, but like living here 7, 8 years, trying here and there with Duolingo, with schools here, and I just felt I was never gonna learn the language. However, your brother like said, "Don't worry, bro. You're from the beginning." Made me feel like my Spanish is all right. There was just certain things that like you just need to be calm and just like go back and understand what's wrong. And yeah, even though like it's harder to like fix your mistakes and go back and like rather than learning a language from scratch, he made that so easy. And I felt that was impossible, like differentiating between past tenses when I was always speaking in a certain tense and so on for like 8 years every single day. But like it hasn't even been like a few months, and honestly, but I speak to everyone in Spanish now, like that I can speak to, and that's the ultimate goal for now. I don't expect to be like a professor or something, but the fact that I can go and speak in Spanish to everyone is just like a miracle for me, honestly. As well, like I opened a few more businesses as well. That was my initial business, and like since I started with Sir Jordan, I was able to like open. I have like a few other businesses where I was able to, for example, like ready-made cocktails, where I was able to like franchise here in Spain because now I have the confidence to go and speak to the hotels. As just saying, I shifted my whole paradigm from being Dubai focused, which I've focused on the last 10, 15 years of work, to being Spanish focused. And there a lot more opportunities came. Now I go to like the Real Madrid office able to speak to them in Spanish. And they
Wow.
offered me like so many things, bro. Like I said to your brother, like they've offered me like now like ticket players because now they see a Spanish guy speaking Spanish and Arabic, they think they've hit the jackpot. Honestly, there's not that many people from Dubai who speak Spanish. There's barely any who speak Arabic in the first place. To speak Spanish as well, they feel like they have someone who they can trust, they can relate to, and yeah, obviously, bros. As I said earlier, like this has been a bargain and a half for me because it's really really changed my whole life, not just by learning a language. I've been able to shift a lot of things in life and move around, and yeah, bring it all back to the confidence. It helped me, like the confidence helped me to create, like if you speak a language you could be the best businessman in the world, but if you don't have the confidence to like open and start here, you just won't do it. But like knowing that I had your brother to literally help me with every word and every sentence that needs to be said to the vendors, to the people purchasing the product, to the lawyers, to whomever it may be. Your brother was able to help me feel like everything is okay. Before I used to have to call my lawyer to go to like a meeting, which was like just uncomfortable, bro. And now in 3 months, I can go and do my immigration meetings, do my business meetings, do whatever meetings I can, and very, very comfortably. And that's like honestly just doesn't happen just by learning Spanish. It honestly happens with a lot of things, including learning Spanish, that most of which your brother really provided to myself. Oh, now they look at me and say, okay, wow, this guy speaks Spanish as well as he could like they know I'm not Spanish. It's my third language. Like English is only my second language. So when they see someone like trying already, it just puts you in another level. And people take us more seriously as investors, if that makes sense,
Mm.
because they see that we speak Spanish. We've taken our time to like learn the language to make sure nobody screws us over. It honestly started because of like the bad thing that happened in my life previously. However, your brother's been here and like he's made it so freaking smooth, bro. I'll forever appreciate this, bro.
Mm.
As I said earlier, like I went to meet the Four Seasons, I went to meet Villa Magna, I went to meet many of the main hotels here in Madrid. Just in the beginning, the procurement manager only speaks Spanish, so they would never sit with me, and I had to like bring a friend. I had to give, honestly speaking, I had to give like equity to another like guy because he spoke Spanish,
Oh,
and
wait,
he
wait,
would.
wait. So you have to give equity to a guy literally only because he spoke Spanish.
I swear to God, I gave him like a big amount of equity,
Wow.
two-figure equity in the business, just so he could be with me every like meeting and like just do the talking for me and like listening as well. However, he ended up being lazy. Thankfully, the two happened at the same time. Like he ended up being lazy, and my Spanish improved, and my confidence improved so much that I've been able to like say, you know what, hey mate, you can get out of this business. I don't need you anymore. Honestly, he's a friend of mine for like 15 years, but
Yeah.
I was able to say this, and
So that saved
yeah,
you hundreds of thousands, if not millions, just on that
definitely
one. Just so your investment in so just to connect the dots here. So your investment in improving your Spanish has potentially saved you or earned you, right? Because you would have had to give this money to him, earned you hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars in the future
100%,
because you gave him equity.
100%.
Now he's out of the business. Now you don't need him anymore because your Spanish has improved. So now you can do the deals. You don't need him to do the deals on your behalf.
Exactly. I hope he doesn't see this, but yeah, that's exactly what happened. But he's my friend since.
Yes, that's not really cool for him to see.
Yeah. But yeah, I honestly was able to like get him out of business and like told him, look, and he's so happy about it. He's like, bro, fair enough. Your Spanish is he's perfect now, so you could go ahead. You know, he trusted
Oh, that's
that
cool.
like he managed to help like manifest it into like a reality basically because I did have my companies, I did have everything. I just didn't have the language. I wasn't able to like communicate properly with the people who worked around me, and they took advantage of that. And now like I just feel I can't be taken advantage of. Even if I can learn Spanish, bro, like great, it's a great task to have. But more importantly, I learned I got a lot of confidence to speak it whenever wherever I'm at, rather than just in the restaurants or something. Now I can speak it at the workplace. I can speak it like there's I feel like it's Spanish is like some people just speak it in some certain places, but like Jordan helps remind us to speak it in places we're not comfortable, and that's how we can grow. And I just don't feel like teachers would ever make you uncomfortable unless they make you uncomfortable in their class. And I've never once felt uncomfortable from your brother. Just he makes me go through uncomfortable situations outside, which is the only way we can grow. And yeah, honestly, I feel it's the perfect way to be taught. I wouldn't change a freaking thing. And yeah, I really recommend this to anyone. If like any of my nephews, any of these people ever were to learn language, the first place they'd be going to is Yo Spanish. That's for sure.